ain't getting no rest.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Bitcoin took a bit of a pullback, but we knew that. Too far away from the 21-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame. Said we would go. Why didn't I short it? I should have shorted, but you know what? I was happy with the wins from yesterday. I was in a lot of trades for 36 hours. I decided to take a break, but now I always look back. I'm like, well, my strategy told me to short that market. Let's take a look at what's happening. Let's do our top-down analysis like we do every single day. Let me get this arm. Hey, what's up with this thing? Hey, wait, what's going on over here? There we go. Got to get my armrests exactly where I need them to feel a certain way. I mean, I'll be back to standing soon at one point. There will be a time. It is strange that I sit here. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, let's take a look at what's happening here for BTC. It's going to be an absolute blast. Let's take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being with us and hanging out with the lifer. It's Thursday, baby. Thursday. Let's get this energy up. I need some more energy, man. I need some more energy. That's better. Okay, let's take a look see what's happening to BTC. Seem flat right now. I got to get that energy up, man. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So, first thing I want to look at is the big picture. Then we're going to scroll on down. But you can see we did take a bit of a bearish divergence there on the 4-hour time frame. If you see, this came down while this swung up. Came back down to the 21-day moving average. When you bounce off the 21 or get near it, pretty good time to take some profits on that 4-hour time frame. We're going to talk about all that. But when you when you boom up that far away from the 21, you're going to have some type of pullback there. It's just what's likely going to happen, folks. So, what you look for if you're a Super Bowl is for this to create some type of ascending triangle and continue further to the upside. So we're looking for a bounce here today. Otherwise, it's going to come on down, maybe make some type of cat ears and head back to the 200 here, the point of control at 70,800. I've been looking at 70,800 as the next area that if we do pull back, could be a nice little long. So that's the one thing on my mind. Let's take a look here at the monthly. Let's break it down. I also have some breaking news. Donald Trump, another tweet coming out from Donald Trump. I've ordered the United States Navy to shoot and kill any boat, small boats, though they may be. Their naval ships are all 159 of them at the bottom of the sea. That is putting mines in the water of the Strait of Hormuz. There is no hesitation. Additionally, our minesweepers are clearing the strait right now. I hereby ordering that activity to continue, but at a tripled up level. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So, just adding controversy. And then we did have unemployment coming in under expectations, which is always bearish sentiment for the market. Could put pressure on the Fed to cut rates, though, right? If we have unemployment, we need to employ more people. You need to give us more, more access to capital, right? If I have more access to capital, I can employ more people. It's simple. I can take more loans out. Like if I'm specifically if you're like a restaurateur or something like that, say you're like a pizza shop owner, all right? And you know things are going well. You know your pizza sells, and you know if you had another location, you could probably do pretty good. You found it out, but you just don't have that extra capital. So you borrow that money to open up a new location. But what if that money is just too expensive to borrow and the interest rate's too high? It doesn't work out for the monthly payment. If they lower that interest rate, I can now hire maybe 2 more chefs, 5 more delivery guys, you know what I mean, a cook and, a dishwasher. There's 7 or 8 more people employed right there when I start that next pizza shop. So it's all about this idea that, and look, you got this kind of cup and handle here. You've been hanging on at this level, the 1 minute. I took a long this morning. I saw my model right here. It looked beautiful, but they put it down. I did not get stopped out. They brought it up. I was in the money, $100 for a second, came back down, and I lost $200 as they kind of played games here. So I went to reverse that. Did not get the reversal I was looking for this morning. So I lost the trade. It's okay. $200. It's all right. You can make a few $1,000s, and then you can lose $200. You'll be all right. Just don't go and put all your money, don't make $2,000 and then go $2,000 for $10,000 and then do that 5 times, lose $10,000. It's like, anyway, we talk about the monthly every single day. First thing I want to break down, I haven't done my top down yet today. I was a little off. I went to bed late, woke up a little foggy. Just felt a little strange this morning, to be honest. This is what it is, man. There's 365 days a year. There's going to be maybe 10 of them that I feel a little strange, but most of the time I'm on point. Yeah. At the Crypto Livers, we are so grateful for you to be here today. Let's go. Thank you so much. Shout out to the Blues guy. Shout out to the Rave Song Record. Shout out to everyone here. And we're going to be in Vegas in in 4 days. I fly to Las Vegas on Sunday, the 26th. I leave on the 30th. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Then we go to Miami the 4th to the 7th. All right, and then things kind of calm down, and and then like 2 weeks from there, 3 weeks from there, I fly back to my home state, and then I spend a few months there, and then we come back to the beautiful Florida. What a day! What a beautiful day it is to be alive. Shout out to everybody here. So every single time the monthly has closed a candle outside of a trend line, it's been a massive move. Could this be a fake out? It could. Does this have to do what this did? No. But I'm just pointing out every time we did break out of a trend. And that's outside of a trend line, period. That's going to be a beautiful monthly close. We all have to be excited for the month of April so far as we come closer to the 30th. No 31 days in April. To the 30th of April. So that's a beautiful thing. All right. The first thing you want to see is the monthly looks good. You want to always look at the bigger time frame. Not get yourself stressed out into the smaller. We are dumping, though. It doesn't look... This looks kind of more like a descender now that wants to maybe take us further down. I'm not going to say that exactly just now, but right now it does look like there could be a nice short scalp approaching. I don't love Thursdays, the volume, especially after a massive move. They liquidated tons of shorts yesterday. There's a lot of people that are just like kind of stunned and they're waiting to see the market again. So you have less volume on Thursday, especially after a massive move like that. But that's starting to look more like a descender that does want to take it down probably to 76,000. If you look at Bitcoin, it says 76,500 is our target. If you look at BookMap, if you look at Bitcoin on BookMap, say that 10 times fast. Bitcoin on BookMap. But it said it's going further to the downside. It says we're headed somewhere down to 76,450 for BTC. All right. Okay. And now we kind of get back in. Look, Ethereum, Bitcoin beat, not good, right? And people were like, why isn't Ethereum up? I said, stay away. Bitcoin dominance is hot. You got to be careful, all right? We did see some altcoins go up. MOVR, Moon River up 75% after it got pumped and dumped a little bit, though. PAW, Acquire, Play, NKN, Bull, Maverick, Mask, an old coin back in the day. Interesting. I mean, if you look at it on the 2-week, yes. But if you looked at it here on it had a nice little breakout of a flag here on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, see, it was in a beautiful ascending triangle. That's why I look for this, man. See, look. Every time you find a pump, you're going to see that it was inside of a flag, touching the 21 above the 200, like 90% of the time. Go back test any pump in the world. So that's why I study this behavior. And this is why I go at this area. Whenever I see the 21 crossing, I know there could be a massive squeeze coming. This actually looks like it has more room to go. I don't own any mask. I used to back in the day. But man, that thing could get back to 56 cents. Interesting. Anyway, I'm back into Bitcoin, but just, I just go over some of the altcoins that are floating around today there on the top on Mexi. Let's get back to brass tacks here. 2-week chart. So we looked at the monthly. The monthly looks good to me, right? So far, I don't see bearish signs on the monthly, right? It looks strong. So as long as the monthly keeps doing what it's doing, we have to assume that it's somewhat bullish, right? And then look at the 2-week. Resistance, 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 resistance. Bounce, 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 bounce. As long as the 2-week stays above 64,800, 65K, I don't see how we could flip bearish. I understand we could go lower. I'm open-minded to the fact. I'm not saying we can't. I just want to look at what the charts are giving me. And the charts are saying, hey, we created a strong support. Again, the 2-week chart also broke out of the falling wedge. That's a clean breakout. It'll have to bull trap us and basically close a red candle next to this one. Close that red. So look, in 2 weeks, you're going to get more information, because in 2 weeks, you're going to know if you ever get a tweezer top or if you have a continuation green candle. Right now, it's telling me that we're likely going to continue to the upside. I even like the fact that this could end up turning into a bit of an inverted head and shoulder that could propel us even further up. So anyway, I remain bullish as long as we stay above key areas like this resistance right here that turned into now support at 73,000. As long as we stay above 73K on the 2-week chart. Now, if we close below 73, I'll start to say, dang, that's not good. We just closed below a key support on the 2-week chart. And I would flip more bearish. So whatever the charts tell us I'm going to do, I'm not going to make up stuff. I'm just going to sit with what I'm doing. I'm back in action now. It feels amazing. Something was weird. Can't explain it. It opened in a whatever it is. It's over now. Let's take a shot of the ginger beet. That ginger beet, baby. Nothing better, man. I take a lot of ginger. I haven't felt even slightly sick. Knock on wood, I shouldn't even say that, but I haven't even felt slightly sick in like a year or so. It's been a long time. You guys probably remember the last time. But yeah, even with my, it's funny. I never even got sick even with my injury. You think I was like heightened. But let's take a look. I mean, this is a W, is it not? Those are 3 white soldiers, which is a known reversal pattern. This is a W. The measured move of the W is the wicks there. You can even kind of, it says you're going to go somewhere up to 89, 87, even at least to resistance there at 86,000. You can see, though, this was the previous resistance. You knew 78,000 was going to be a problem because that was previous resistance, folks. You could see it right there on the weekly. Bounce, previous resistance, and then there it is. You see what I'm saying? That's it. So, with that being said, we got to get back above that to remain bullish. If this breaks, we could make a head and shoulder pattern, right? This thing could go further to the downside. You must close a weekly candle above resistance. You got to flip that into support or we're going to have some trouble here. So, of course, it makes sense. Everyone would have sold at 78,000. I sold. I got out. There's no reason not to sell. It was a strong resistance. We had a huge pump. And we pumped back to the 21-day moving average, just like when last night when the 4-hour dumped back to the 21. It's the same way that the weekly pumped up to the 21. It's the same. Up and down is the same thing. It doesn't matter. You see, look at the charts in a perspective that you don't have to be stuck in one way. And tonight is the weekly screen share every single Thursday night. I share my intimate sessions with the lifers, and we hang out. We go over my portfolio. We talk about what happened in the week. We kind of go over stuff. We get ready for the plan next week, and we just have a nice session with the lifers. It's tonight. It's going to be around 8 p.m., sometimes 8 to 8:15. My kids get all over me sometimes. Sometimes something spills. I got to help my wife. It is what it is. But 8 to 8:15, I should be there. And God willing, keep me healthy, and we'll have a beautiful time. Pengu and a nice flag. Yeah, all the future money, Bitcoin 26, where the global money is. Yeah. Yeah, the Bitcoin conference is going to be amazing. Yeah. FCC to speak at the Bitcoin conference. Yeah, Paul Atkins is going to speak at the Bitcoin conference too. Okay, let's take a look at the 5-day chart. 5-day has closed a candle above the 200 moving average. If it closes a secondary candle above the 200, it's a big deal. There's a beautiful gap up there. The next real big area you can see is that POC. at 87.7. Bitcoin is getting called up there. See, this is a cup. That's a handle for sure. Like, in case you didn't know, I mean, they call me Sammy, cup and handy, but that's a cup and handle for sure. We called this out. I showed it, you know, and even if it's just the next bigger move, we talked about it, we went over it, and I retweeted it many, many times. And I am in the Strait of Hormuz right now. I had moved my entire trading desk to the Strait of Hormuz, so I can see what's happening behind me. I know you guys don't see it just yet, but you know what I mean? I got the green screen up, but I can see the ships, and if something happens, I'll be able to notice immediately. If I see a mine explode, if something goes on, and then I'll be there before the tweet. So I am streaming. And then Kevin Morsh and me took a ride yesterday. He said, Sam, I'm going to help you out. We're going to get there. That doesn't look like me, but it is what it is, right? And there's Kevin Morsh. He's going to lower that fund rate. Bitcoin's going to pump, and we're going to be okay in the long run, folks. We're going to be okay in the long run. Where's that fractal? There it is. And that thing has played out so far all the way to the T. That's the exact area to get in at the 618 Fibonacci level. And this is even just Fibonacci teaching. This is how you teach traders how to trade Fibonacci. You find the low, you find the high, you go from the bottom to the top, and you expect to get back in after the pump. You'll see a huge pump. You'll pull the fib and you'll say, I'll get back in somewhere near the 618. And if you buy the 618, 90% of the time, you're going to be doing pretty good. Bitcoin with a pump. Back to the upside, folks. Let's go. A massive pump. And what happened right now? Did they just say something's happening? Look, and there's a shoulder, head, right shoulder. We got above the 200 moving average. Here we go, folks. Here we go. And I kind of like the way the 4 hours looking right now. Dang, I just missed that pump. It's okay. It's okay, Sam. Take a deep breath. But dang, I like, you see when the 21 is coming up towards the 200 inside the flag? Last night I saw that, and we did get a little bit of a spark from that. Right there's another one where you get really close to the 200. That spike was crazy last night. The dippage. Right here is where I was looking at it. See, we were flagging right there. We did get the pump. I was in there. We did get the pump. Anyway, let's take a look here. I'll switch to the 5 now. I might even BTCC because BTCC has the 3-minute for me. And so what I do now is I want to see, in my old strategy. You know what it is. If we get back above the 221 poles, we get a flag because that's how everything moves. Nice little pump for Bitcoin, though. Just flatten the late shorts. Anyone that thought they could get in there on a short just got completely demolished. I don't know if we got any news. Let me ask here. Latest news from the Strait of Hormuz. Kind of rhymes. Strait of Hormuz. Latest on the Strait of Hormuz. And I was and Trump, right? Give it to me. Give it to me clean. Anyway, we'll get back. I just wanted to make sure we were on that little pump there. Bit of a cup and a handle there. And honestly, look, you could pull a Fibonacci here. Let me just show you. That low to the high, I would take it from like one of these lows to the high. Like right here, we got this move. Let me switch this to the instrumental. So sorry, we don't need to hear this nonsense right now. There it is. I was like, I had 2 windows open. I was like, where are you? You saw me in a state of confusion. Wasn't sure what I was doing. I couldn't think clearly. I was clearly out of my mind. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was a normal person, I would have never made it onto YouTube. It just never would have happened, folks. You know what I mean? Never. Anyway, where my lifers at, man? It's 10:29. It's like people start coming late lately to the show. I don't get it. They might miss one of the biggest pumps ever, especially after yesterday. I would never miss this show, man. But I hope we get the lifers all the way back here. We're missing a few hundred people. Let's get them back into the stream, folks. Anyway, let's get back into the top down. Where were we? Okay, and there we were. Okay, here we go. 5-day back above the 200 moving average. If you open up a long right now with the stop below this wick, which I'm already in because I'm in the monthly trade, and I'm still holding the monthly trade. I never sold it. I got it in at 70,490. I am still in that trade, and I have proof of it. Smaller risk trade because I want to see if I could take it all the way to the upside. If I had it too big, I don't think I'd be able to hold it much long. So I wanted to see if I could hold a long monthly trade. I'm testing myself to trade long term. See, what I'm doing is doing the things I got to do. So 10 years from now, when I'm 50 and I trade the monthly, it's going to feel seamless. See, I know I'm training my brain for bigger trades later on when I have way more money and I need to handle bigger positions. Yeah. I plan on my business expanding. I plan on my real estate portfolio expanding, and I plan on expanding my cash flow. And once the cash flow gets high and it starts coming in pretty heavily, the idea behind that is, I'll be able to, my trades will get bigger, so that's how I am, man. I don't like to risk too much. So in order to risk more, I'd have to be worth more. Makes simple sense to me, Anyway, that 5 day is beautiful. This cup and handle boomed out. We are at a bit of a resistance. You can see even on the 3 day. You had to expect this. Anyone that looked up here and said, we're going right to 84. No. You had to look left right here and see that we were clearly at resistance. Okay. Perfect time to take some profits. Now, this is the one, this is what's got me a little, this is what's going to trip a lot of people up. I want to see this turn into an ascending triangle, you see? Maybe even a bigger push. 77,750, as long as we stay above 77,500, to me, that's such a key level. But look at the daily. I mean, the resistance is 79,000. That's where everyone took profits right here at the, it's simple stuff, everyone. You look left, you see wherever the 2 candle tweezer tops are. It's simple. You don't have to be, you don't have to be ICT. You don't need PD arrays. You don't need any of this stuff. You just need to be able to look at a candle. It's really simple. Like, don't make this stuff more complicated than it is. A lot of people take this information, they add a bunch of wordage to it because they want to sell you something. This has been the same stuff since 1970. You know what I mean? They add all these keywords and ideas because they want to sell you something. It's more about an ego than it is about the charts, right? They want to show, oh, look at, I called it something different so I can sell you a system. Like I could have called this stuff, I could have said that's the lifer resistance line. It's like, I watched one guy, he took the 200 moving average and he called it like, he called it the support noodle. Like he named it something different. It's like, dude, just tell people it's the 200, man, and stop being a weirdo. You know what I mean? I don't know. I find it strange when I see people take TA and they wrap it in something different just to sell you something. I mean, maybe I'll do it one day too when I ride off into the sunset. But I mean, I guess it's not the word. Hey, it's a business model. I can't knock on it. It's a business model. It is what it is, right? Now, I'm not knocking other indicators. Other indicators are amazing. Some people make their own indicators completely different is what I'm saying. I want to make that clear. I don't want anyone thinking I'm knocking on I don't want to even say it but I'm not knocking on the hottest. Some of the hottest indicators are awesome. All right. You can combine things together, but just like some people take a simple indicator and they label it something different. Like that's a little weird to me. You know what I mean? Like just tell people what it is, man. You don't got to hide it. So anyway, that was a clear area of resistance because it's candle bodies, man. It's where you had a tweezer top of the daily. Especially in a market like this, people are going to take profits at that tweezer top. And I just know to take profits when we pump hard away from the 21-day moving average. It's simple. I didn't even if you didn't know this, my system would tell you, hey, man, you got away from the 21. So I looked at it 2 ways. This way, to me, says, you know what? This was the trend line. Because if not, you have to lose this and touch that. And to me, that's a little weird. And I'm a candle body guy. So I feel like we're kind of outside the trend. You see? We're outside the trend. We're kind of hovering outside the trend right now. Now, if that closes tonight red, though, I mean, there's a bear div there on the daily. Clear as day, right? And this could be the beginning of a massive short. It could be. Might be smart to hedge a short here in case, right? If it dumps hard and it would, rising wedges break down to where they began. If this candle closes red tonight or like an hour before, it looks like it's severely not going to come back. I think it might be a good idea to open up a hedge short, right? Thing is, I could probably scalp back up to break even, and then if we rip up, I can have a bigger long open like on the monthly. But, if this closes tweezer top, man, it is a bear div with tweezer top. I'd have to heed that, just like this one. That one wasn't bearish divergence, but it was on the 4 hour. So that doesn't look amazing to me. When these get tight, we tend to pump up to the 200 moving average. When you're bearish, though, you get smothered by the 200. What happens is you just kind of hang out. And we could make a head and shoulder. We could keep doing this. And then the 200 comes and you just you can't hit it. And then you just get completely rejected by it. That could happen, folks. We still could see lower Bitcoin. I want people to understand that. I know I've been saying there's a 90% chance we bottom. I've fear and greed index at 5. And I get it. So far, that has been a beautiful bottom. If you bought that bottom with me, you're in the money big time. We got in at 60,000. We're at 77. I mean, that's a beautiful move. That's over 25% gains. 15 times 4 is 60. So that's big money. You know, that's exciting to see. So, all right. Shorts just got their butts handed to them. They really did at the last minute, too. They were just like, what? They probably don't understand what happened. They're like, how? Oh, my gosh, look, we have the model again. I'm going to take it. I'm going to trade it yet. I will trade this every time. I only have to win 3 out of 10 of them with proper risk management. Oh, my God, it's going without me. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you dare do that. Oh, you're going to ruin my... Oh, no, don't go. Don't go, please. I saw you a little late. Don't go on me. Oh, no, I can't. What? Oh, no, the risk isn't there. I have to go to 79, back again. Never chase. Come on, baby. Come back down to the trend line. Okay. Don't chase. Oh, looks like it might just squeak ahead, though. I don't know what they're doing here, but this thing is looking bullish. 78,923. I don't think I'm going to get that high, but I think I could get us $500 out of this thing. 77,532. 258 for 700. I think I keep it 3 for 8. Not the best. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this trade. And I hope we consolidate. I get some drawdown and we get tight here, but it could just go on a tear. Again, I was here this morning and they didn't let me win. They played with me, but doesn't mean I'm going to, you know what I mean? The greatest thing about your strategy is if it doesn't play out, see, this is what I love about, all right. It takes a very disciplined mind to become a great trader. Very disciplined mind. And someone that can really, it's almost like chopping a tree and every time you hit it, it feels like it's never going to chop. But you keep hitting it and you keep hitting it. After a year of hitting it, it still feels like the tree isn't going down. But you keep chopping anyway. A trader is an insane person. You have to extrapolate normal mental behavior that a normal person would show. And you have to just dismiss it. And you have to act like you're completely immune to what's happening around you. It's interesting. You have to take the trade no matter what. Now, your emotions will tell you, oh no, and you'll have all these ups and downs, and you won't know what's going to happen. And you might lose 3 straight. I might lose 3 of these straight. I might lose 4 of them straight. But dude, I only have to hit 3 out of 10. Remember that. You don't have to hit every single trade. You just have to be consistent in your risk management and in your strategy. Look, this might dump on me, shoulder, head, right shoulder, and I might look stupid. It might not play out. The greatest thing about this is someone will watch this and think I stink if I lose 3 trades. I don't care. You got to do what you do every single time. You can't shift. I can't see this and not take it. The only reason I wouldn't take it is I don't love Thursday trading. It's sketchy. Thursday trading is sketchy, I will be honest. Timing is everything. And we had our Monday night, we had our Tuesday, we had our Wednesday. We had the money making times. It seems now, Thursday, the weekends, it can get tight on you. We need to bounce right now off the 21-day moving average or this ain't happening. This has to bounce right here off the white line. You see this? This has to occur. My strategy is based on the fact that this must bounce. This has to turn into a green candle. We have to get tight, and then we can break out. This is how every single breakout ever happens. I know you don't believe me, but once you backtest as much as me, you'll see that what I'm telling you is true. It's not about me and my ego. It's literally about a strategy that I've used for years. If I lose this trade, it's the greatest thing ever. It means I stuck to my system no matter what. See? It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. Anyway, let's get back to our top down analysis. I can't watch. I've already set the trade. I know what I'm going to lose. I know what I'm going to win. And it is what it is. All right. So if this daily closes a tweezer top, and you put a stop right there, the same reason we find bottoms. It's the same way. We wait for a green candle next to a red one and we get in. A short, you wait for a red candle next to a green one. You don't have to be a genius, folks. There's some bear div there. It's a little sketchy, I have to be honest. And it could be the beginning of either a sideways move up or a massive dump down. It looks like maybe even the short could play, So here, let's look at this now. And it's never so cut and dry because time frames change trend too, right? It's kind of like you faked out on the 4 hour and then you're back inside the pattern. And here is a very strong area of contention right now as well. You know, you got this falling wedge that could break out. He's got a massive measured move if it decides to go on a run. That's why I really like. I got that monthly trade open. It keeps me in the game no matter what. Keeps me from chasing. Keeps me from going crazy. So this could open up and change the game today. It tells me that we already got a tweezer bottom here on the 1 minute on the 1 hour, right? So this is starting to me. And last night I thought they were going to bounce it here. Looked like they were going to bounce it there. This may be the bounce now. That's a higher low. That's a higher low tweezer bottom compared to this one, which tells me we should make a higher high, break this one out, maybe even come to here. Then we'll make a lower high again and then go to there. And then, you know what I'm saying? So you've got this kind of support zone here. You got a lot of chop, but you got resistance. This area is an area of contention. You can see it there. There's a chance that we do bounce. Let's go back to the scalp. It doesn't look good again, man. Thursdays, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, the fact that it's losing the 21 already is no good. I like the trade to go perfect. And I've got in so many trades that go perfect that I know how a perfect trade goes, right? And I'm supposed to get in with the 21, supposed to consolidate it, I'm supposed to win the trade. That's it. That's what's supposed to happen most of the time. If it doesn't, then it is what it is, but that's what's supposed to happen. I like low Stokes right there. That tells me we could get the bounce. We will see, though. So we're back above the 200, touching the 21. Here it is. Here it is. Live trading with Sam Price. These are my strategies. This is how I trade. Welcome to the show. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate everybody for being here and hanging out with the Crypto Lifer. Hit one of the greatest calls yesterday. Gave you guys beautiful calls for the whole week. It's weird. We have less people here than yesterday. I don't understand, man. 3-hour live stream. It doesn't matter, man. YouTube, wake up. Send me the people, man. Put me into that discoverable area. I never take a day off for you, YouTube. You could run ads on me 24/7, 7 days a week. I must have made the platform so much money over time. Like, the least you could do is hook a brother up. Let's go, baby. Put me into that discoverable area, man. Help me become one of the biggest streamers in the game. What did I ever do? I don't speak that much truth. You know, it's like, there's worse ones than me. Anyway, this looks interesting to me. And that could become a bullish engulfing candle, folks. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce there, too, off the exactly where we needed it. Off the 21 there. That's where it has to happen. It's got to bounce. I studied this stuff, man, from candles to the minute, down to the minute of what is supposed to happen here. This also has some cup and handle vibes, does it not? A lot of people would think I'm nuts. That's great. You know, if normal people don't think you're crazy, you just haven't done enough in your life. Every single successful, beautifully successful person was thought of to be an absolute nut bar. Because when you go all the way, like me, I've gone live every single day for 2,000 days. People would think I'm insane. There's richer guys than me that they're like, why would he do that? Like, I have way more money than him. I never had to do that. Because I love what I do. I'm in love with the moment. I'm in love with I'm in love with this stream. I'm in love with my business. I'm in love with helping you. I'm in love with what I pick to do with my life. I'm going to put every single ounce of energy I have into it every single day. If I can go live every single day of my life, I will. I'm going to go to Vegas soon. I got to pack a bunch of stuff. It's not going to be easy. Every down to the wire has to be perfect. I got to have everything right for my live stream to continue while I'm traveling. A lot of anxiety there. I got to pack more. I pay for an extra check bag no matter what. It doesn't matter. It's all a write-off. The show must go on. I take extra luggage. You know, it is what it is. But I'm ready to go, baby, and I can't wait. And so I put a lot of work and effort into keeping the show going every single day. It's it's that commitment. And you too, man, your commitment to anything you do in life will change you. It'll change you forever. You commit like I'm committing, it'll change you forever. Look, that's a double bottom. That's starting to look like we're going to get a move, folks. I like what I'm seeing here for BTC there. So look at the 1 hour bullish engulfing. off this key area. Looks like the shorts might get melted here. And what I want to see literally is consolidation. Look at the 15-minute. It did an inverted head and shoulder kind of, show. It's not the best, but cup and handle off the 200 moving average. We never lost the 200 despite the dumpage. We just couldn't lose the 200 moving average. You see how strong it was? It was strong here. 15-minute 200 has really been holding us down. Remember that last big call we had was right there off the right shoulder on the 15. It looks very similar to what we did there. That was yesterday in the afternoon, right? Yeah, it was Tuesday around 5:30 at night, 8 o'clock at night where I was able to call that. Looks very similar, does it not? They're like identical. This dip, this curvature off the 200, this dip, this curvature off the 200. And there we go, folks. It looks like we may get liftoff here on this trade. It looks like we may get liftoff on this trade. We'll see, though. We'll see. I want a kind of a right shoulder consolidation, possibly. So, wow, nice breakout on the 15. 5-minute is right at the 200. We need that to crush right through. If it goes through, that's going to be a pretty big pump. Then we wait for the 21 to get back into place. This is how it happens, folks. Very hard for the beginner mind to understand that the 21 has to come back on the 1 minute, has to come back on the 1 hour, has to come. That confused the heck out of you until you start using all the time frames together. So let me show you how this works in trading. First thing that happens in trading is you learn the stuff. Like you learn what the RSI is, the MACD, support or resistance. Like that's the first thing that happens. You get that down. Now you're like, okay, I understand that. Now what? Well, he goes, Bitcoin will go to 50K, but for now, it looks like a bear trap. I don't know where. Why do you guys talk like you know where it's going to go, Hopium? I love you. You're a cool guy. You've always been a part of the channel, Super. Why do you do that? I never understand that. A lot of people commit to levels. It has to go to 50,000. What if something huge happens in the next few weeks? What if one of the biggest banks converts to Bitcoin as collateral? Like, you know what I mean? What if someone sells gold for Bitcoin at a mass scale? Like, you don't know the future, man. Saying that is, to me, it's kind of pompous. It's as if you actually know what's going to happen for sure. I just feel like nobody does, man. I love you, brother, but I never understand that behavior. I can't understand it. I listen to Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone, one of the smartest traders, one of the greatest books for trading, and he tells you never to do that. He's older than me. He's been through more trades than me. He's managed way more money than me. He's taught more people than me. And he tells you, never tell yourself where price is going. It's like the worst thing you can do as a trader. And it's not me saying that. That's like people that are way more experienced than me and older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I just, when you say I was going to 50K for sure, it's weird to me. Because like you seem like a good trader. You know what you're talking about. And it's an egotistical move. It's like, I have to tell everyone where price is going because I know. Everyone's like, but Sam, you put a fractal out. You called the bottom for Bitcoin. You said it's going higher. I said the technical analysis says it's going higher. Right? This isn't my ego talking. I said, I may not saying it's a lock, but man, this looks how it looked in the bear market. I'm just a probability guy, folks. The difference between me and a lot of other people is I've seen longer terms of probability to make a better assessment. My mind's seen a lot of moves that not many people haven't seen. So Beckon looks like it could go on some type of big tear there. So far, this is getting tight. I don't like the curve. See how the 21 just curved this way? Curve up. Curve up. When that starts to curve down, I don't like it. It's got to start to curve up. You don't want that bend. When you see the bend, usually you'll get a bend in the on the moving average, and then you'll get the dump. Kind of a bear div there that kind of swings down, that swings up. I have to be honest, it doesn't look amazing, folks. We'll see. Sketchiness on a Thursday, man. Sketchiness on a Thursday. Okay. I'm looking at 76 support, 80K, double-digit coming for me. Bitcoin will go to 50K for sure. Maybe, possibly, LOL, for sure, possibly. Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah. 4-year cycle has been broken yet or hasn't been broken. I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. I use Binance. I wish I never put my money here. Wow, just fiat lunacy to think if we can't break 80K, that must mean we are headed to 40K. We're just in a macro wave for correction to the upside. Shock people don't know this. He's like, I got it. We don't use brokerage. That's like FTX people. Those are like high fees. You know, we use exchanges here in crypto. We don't use brokerages. All right? They got the word broke in them. No, I'm just joking. We use exchanges, okay? We use exchanges. I use Weeks. And if you want to jump on into any of the exchanges that I use, they're pinned right here in the pinned comment. Weeks, BTCC, and MEXC. Speaking of which, if you jump on into BTCC today, you could win a Rolex in 9 days. And we're just, you know, you don't have to have the biggest volume. 3 beautiful people are going to win, too, not just one. They're going to give 3 Rolexes to 3 people. Sign up a deposit, trade, and 3 random traders will be announced on May 10th. So if you've never had a Rollie and you'd like to wear one, this might be your chance, folks, to get a Rolex Day-Date and Air King. Okay? Hey, they're beautiful watches. They work great. They run really well. Like, you know what I mean? You'll always love your Rolex, man. And again, it's not an Audemars Piguet. It's, you know, I even say it wrong, right? But it's not an Audemars. It's not a Patek Philippe, right? It's not a $250,000 watch. You know, you're not going to be the baller of the room. But you know what? If it means something to you, it is what it is. Like, I bought my first Rollie about a year and a half ago now. And I always remember the experience. I used to walk by the Rolex store and I couldn't afford anything in there. So, like, I'm taking it one step at a time here, folks. You know, and it's just material. Ooh, that looks beautiful. That looks, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, cup and handle. You see the cup and handle? Cup and handle. Boom, send it, baby, send it. Cup and handle down here. Send it, baby, send it. We could win a trade live on the live stream, baby. Let's go. Let's go. ETH Bitcoin not looking good, folks. Altcoins aren't looking amazing right now. I'd stay on Bitcoin dominance. All right. Send it live for Jesus loves all of you. God bless you. Thank you. Shout out to No Dramas, mate. I love you, man. Thank you for the no drama. From my understanding, the bear market have been 12 to 14 months, and we are in an 8th month of this bear market. Can someone comment on this? I'm just a novice. I'll take a look at that for you in a second. BTC USD all-time history index. And you could say that the bear market started right there in August of 2025. Right, you could say that's when we kind of started. But it's more about retracement theory, in my humble opinion. Right? Last bear market, high to the lows, we came back to the 786 Fibonacci retracement, right? If that were to be this same way this time, you would go from this low, I guess, the beginning there, at 15 to 126,000. And it puts that 786 somewhere at about $40,000, saying that that's where Bitcoin has to go. Again, it's going to take a lot of sell pressure right now for Bitcoin to get this low. Like, so look, it would have to take the length of this pole. That tells me that 44,000, like 44.5, maybe even the 706 right there, 50K, is going to be tight, man. It's going to be tight, right? Yeah, Lakochi, you don't, let me show you, Lakochi. You don't delete, you hide the user, all right? If you just delete it, it doesn't work. You hide the user. Right-click and say hide. Maybe you can't, but you hide the user on the channel, all right? Now, he can never see him again for the rest of his time on the channel. He lost his ability to speak here, like, because the show has to go correctly, right? Look, 78,000 for Bitcoin, and Sammy might just be onto something here, okay? Had a Rolex Datejust and got jumped by the bouncers. Fell off my wrist. Shady business. I learned a lot that day. That's crazy, man. I know how that feels. I'm in a club in New York. I'm like 21. I couldn't afford a Rolex, thank God, at the time, but I looked good. And well, maybe not yet, but you know, I didn't have any, you know. And she goes up a set of stairs and to go take a picture with her girlfriends. And I've already had a couple drinks, and I start walking up the stairs, and the guy's like, "No, you can't go up there." I'm like, "It's my girlfriend, man. Don't put your hands on me." Within a second, I have like 5 dudes all over me. They wrestle me out a back door, and they literally throw me into a pile of garbage. I'm not lying. Like, they toss me into bags of garbage on like 43rd Street. And like, she comes outside in a second. I'm like, what the? Oh, man, New York is crazy. I decided I would never, you know, too many shady things happen with big bouncers. The guys are 6'8", 300 pounds. They're giants in these New York bars. And I decided, unless I knew the owner of the club, or unless I was the one running the event, I wasn't going to clubs anymore. Wasn't doing it anymore. Unless I was connected in the VIP room. Like, I wasn't, too many people put their hands on me. Too many crazy, one guy grabbed me. I'll be honest with everybody. I'm going to tell you a story. It's going to be quick. You're going to watch this right now. I'm not taking you too far away. It's a true story. I used to smoke, whatever. I was a little out of it one night. I'm in the club just kind of sitting there. My sisters go get a drink. I didn't really want to drink. I don't drink a lot. So they all hovered at the bar and they had to fight their way in. You know, the bar's crowded. Everyone's trying to get their drink. I couldn't stand that. Half the reason I didn't drink is I couldn't stand hovering at the bar. I never wanted to be where everyone wanted to be. Like, it never made sense to me. You know what I mean? I wanted to do my own thing. Anyway, I'm sitting there by myself, just watching, and I'm observing. I'm probably see this and that. I don't know what, but I'm not doing anything crazy. This big giant bouncer comes up to me. What are you doing? You're looking a little strange. Like, you know what I mean? I think you need to come with me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he grabs me by the arm and starts dragging me. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? And I see the door is this way. And he's dragging me into like a room in the back. He's trying to drag me and he's holding me strong and like pulling on me. And he's big, dude. He's like 6'8", like 300 pounds. And he's like getting me to move and I'm trying to stop him. But if I start a fight, like he can say I'm violent and beat me, right? So I'm trying to like stay as calm as I can. And I don't understand what he's doing. It's a true story, everybody. I'm never gonna lie. This is insane. So he gets me he probably drags me 30 yards. And I see I'm getting closer to a door like further down into the club. And I know that the entrance is that way. I'm like, where is he bringing me? Because if he was trying to take me out, he would be bringing me to the front. I haven't done anything at this point either. It was at a place called the Gardens or something on I believe it was on 18th Street and 8th Avenue, if I can remember. It was like this indoor garden looking club that had it looked like you were in a garden, but you were inside. Anyway, so he leans in. I'll never forget this because I get chills for the rest of my life because I wonder what maybe this happened to someone else. He leans in and he goes, I'm not taking you out. I'm taking you in. I swear, I promise you on my life, man. I'm not taking you out. I'm taking you in. And I'm like, what is that? Like, taking me in? Taking me in where? As he drags me, thank God my sister's friend walks by me from the bathroom. And I said, this man is dragging me somewhere. And she's a lawyer, a Jewish lawyer, heavy connected girl. Her dad worked for Bush and she had money. And I said, dude, this guy is dragging me somewhere and I don't know where he's dragging me and he won't take his hands off me and I haven't done anything. And she made a big deal. And next thing you know, he turns the other way and he brings me to the front and then kicks me out and says, get out, don't come back in here again. It was the weirdest thing of my life. He was trying to bring me to a back room or something. Something strange was going on, man. It was very weird. I'll never forget it, man. I'll never forget it. I'm not taking you out. I'm taking you in. And he stared at me like demonized. Yo, it was... I was going to have to fight for my life, and then I would have been just a crazy guy in a club. They have all the control over you, man. I don't deal with it anymore. Like, unless I'm connected, unless I'm running the show, I ain't going in that place. No way. I learned my lessons in New York, man. I'm not doing that ever again. Nice little pump for Bitcoin. You can see it played out. That's all you need. Nice little $200 scalp. You do that 10 times a day, you make yourself $2,000, right? And honestly, on a Thursday, that might not be sustainable. I do like the way that the 1 hour is moving, though. I'd like to get that stop loss to break even as soon as humanly possible. Let's see if we can get this puppy to run, baby, and flatten these shorts. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what BOOKMAP is showing us. It had more liquidity below us at the beginning of the morning. Seems to have kind of tapered off, and now it's above us. Look, and now it's back at 80K. So this morning, they were trying to go down low. Now it seems they want to go down high. There's more liquidity above us now than below us. Seems like 80,000 is the target, but you never know. We'll see. Nice candle close there with two strong wicks, suggesting that the next candle should be a mover. Overbought on the stochastics RSI, so we ran up from the low Stokes to the high Stokes. Now we're going to have to consolidate and see what happens. This is stochastic RSI and price action. You guys know how to trade the stochastics and price? It's a very beautiful way that I trade. So look, let me show you here because it's easier to show you on like a chart. So you have the stochastics RSI. You have price. Price will come up, then it will come down. Price will come up, then it will come down, right? They'll be kind of mirrored. Then all of a sudden, price will come up. The stochastic will come up. But then the stochastic will reset. But price won't. Price will go sideways. Now the stochastic is ready to go on its next revolution, but price isn't down here again. It's up here, so boom. So it's really easy to figure out when we're going to pump by using the stochastics RSI. I just wait for price to consolidate when the stochastic resets. So look, this same thing could happen here. If this stochastic resets, or even just goes like somewhat sideways, makes a flip or an early flip. Like I come here and make an early flip. But if it comes down and resets and we don't go below this resistance, then you got to understand that we're likely going higher. The stochastics RSI teach you all this. All right. Everyone thinks I'm a pattern trader, but they don't realize I'm trading the stochastics RSI. Like they're my main form. Look, when we got in, we were low on the stochastics. I always get in at the bottom of the pattern where the stochastics are low. I like to get out once we pump away from the 21. I get in near the 21. You sell away from the 21. Just like what happened last night on the 4-hour time frame. Same idea there too as well. Now, how do you hold? What do you do? I mean, the thing is to trade so much that you just get used to all the different scenarios. Do you get stopped out of break even? So what? Does it bounce and you get to get paid? So what? The worst that can happen now is I pay for my fee and break even. That's the worst that can happen on this scalp, and it's a Thursday. Or I could make my $1,000. Let's see. You know what I mean? So you understand how the stochastics, so again, it happened here. Stochastics went up and down. Look, price was just doing nothing. It went up, it went down. It went up, it went down. Like they were kind of just, right? But then you went up. Then the stochastics reset down. But look, price went sideways. It's so simple, right? It's energy. It's like, okay, why didn't you reset? Well, someone's obviously buying you up. So price should be following the stochastics regularly, just doing nothing with it. But out of nowhere, you're going to come up with the Stokes. The Stokes are going to reset, but price will not. Price will stay stagnant sideways. It's like literally showing you the buy pressure. Like one day it clicked on me. I was like, oh my God, it's trapped energy, right? It's people that, and so it tells you what to do. It tells you what could happen. It says, hey, this is it. Let's get to that 3-minute chart. 3-minute now is doing its thing. So look, this is another scalp that I could take here. When the 21 touches price action, that could go up. And you can back test what I'm teaching you. I don't got to show you a P&L and all this other. I mean, I can. I like to do it. Yesterday, I had a beautiful P&L, right? $2,000. I lost one trade. And I show that to you guys, not to brag, but to teach you that you can do this. There was a time when I could never put a P&L together like that. Impossible for me. But I changed my life. And I changed the way I traded, and I got with a system. Look, I won 400. I won 100. Then I lost 100. Then I lost $1. Then I won 4, 9, and 3. That adds up to $2,000. That loss is $100, $110 and 49 cents, right? So I ended up with like 1980, and I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, and I only lost 2 of them. Like, now does that happen every time? No, but I stay consistent. You see what I'm saying? I do the same thing over time, so I should have the similar results. You get it? And then you don't over risk. Like you can see, I cut off a trade. I didn't like it for $100 before it got worse. I didn't let it go down. I didn't round trip it for 1,000. I cut my trades off when they don't play out, friends. Like it's simple strategy, simple math. Okay? Trading is a lot simpler than people realize if you can keep it simple. A lot of people can't. They have 1,000 different things they're doing, and it makes it too confusing. I'm the 21, the 200. Tight price action, low Stokes. Like support or resistance. Like this stuff. You just got to keep doing it. All right? Crazy thing, I understand exactly what you're saying, Crypto Lifer, about the Stokes. I love that you do that. Sam, you should not be showing your B&L in public. You will get put on a list. What is that? What do you mean? Put on what list? I had to learn. I don't listen to stuff like that. That's heebie-jeebie stuff, man. Get rid of the negative energy, man. Move on. I had to learn to even understand this. Exactly. Even getting to this point where you understand what I'm saying. And look, this is Thursday trading. Like a pump and dump. Like, just take it right back down. I should have sold the top there immediately at $200. It's all right. Maybe we bounce here now. Pretty ugly price action today. And there's a lot going on with the Straight Hormuz. It looks a little iffy, right? Let's take a look at what AI is telling us as of today. Or just the news. It gathers news. It's not even AI. In a True Social post this morning, Trump directed the U.S. Navy to shoot and kill any boat, small boats though they may be, that is putting mines in the waters of the Strait of Hormuz. There's to be no hesitation. He also ordered mine-sweeping operations to be tripled up immediately, claiming the U.S. has total control of the strait and that no ship can enter or leave without the U.S. Navy approval. This comes as Iranian small boats and mines have been choking the waterway, which carries 20% of global oil and LNG trade. All right. That's kind of where we stand. U.S. position, Trump said the blockade is strangling Iran's economy and won't end without a deal. including Iran handing over enriched uranium. The Pentagon has warned mine cleaning could take up to 6 months. The U.S. has seized multiple Iranian-linked oil tankers recently, Majestic X, Antiphony, and the Indian Ocean. Ceasefire status extending indefinitely by Trump with no firm end date or deadline for talks. When it's under heavy strain, Iran denies violations and claims its actions target non-U.S. Israeli vessels. Shipping is heavily disrupted. Dozens of vessels intercepted or turned back. Oil prices are volatile. Right? And we'll take a look at that price of oil for a second here as well on the futures there. Wow, a crazy bounce right there and then a dump back. I mean, this is just, you know, that's the 1 minute though. You got to fight through it. You got to expect the unexpected every time. That bounce was nice. I mean, we were at 77,000. We ripped. 1 hour dumped a bit so we can create the wick and then push up. Yeah, exactly. You need the next 1 hour candle at 11 o'clock. You do need dumpage first before you get pumpage. I agree. Even the 4 hour candle looks pretty strong right now with the 21 sitting pretty. And you just closed a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 hour time frame. I may be just too close to the bone here. There's a chance I still win this trade though. I'll bring this just a little lower. I don't need to be that close. So you're telling me there's a chance. You never know, baby. You never know, baby. Blessings to all beautiful people caught in the fire. May God be with them all 100%. Yeah, and this blockade is all about China, man. This is about the yuan. It's really what it's all about. It's about the yuan and BRICS. Like, they want to push BRICS down. They don't want BRICS to take over. To me, this is anti-BRICS movement. If you can take any of the BRICS countries and kind of economically, you know, basically press on them, you can stop their ability to get together and basically take off the petrodollar. It's all about the petrodollar. We don't want to lose the petrodollar, folks. I'll say pumped and dumped my strategy. Keep playing games with a possible bounce. This is crazy. But it looks like I'm going to get taken out there, and it's going to be a nothing burger on the trade. Had 200 on the call, but to me, I wasn't going for $200, so. I'll get a haircut like clockwork every 2 weeks. Yeah. The blockade is choking Asia. Yeah. With all that 1 in a million talk. What was all that 1 in a million talk? I love that. Hey, what was all that 1 in a million talk? Right? Funny. I love that line. It's always make me laugh. Creating another flag here too, kind of somewhat of a D, you know, that's a symmetrical triangle. Kind of has ascending triangle vibes, but there you go. I mean, now you got 2 measured moves. We're going to get tight inside of that. That's going to, you know, we're going to fight our way through this. He said 21 just crossed the 200 on the 3-minute time frame. There you go, folks. Now we have ourselves a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. There is. There always is a chance, folks. If you wake up, brush your teeth, keep your mind ready to go, bushy-tailed and bright-eyed, there's always a chance. My mom used to wake up every morning, rise and shine, that boy of mine. Oh, my mom was so good to me. I had the best mother in the world. Either you had a good mother like mine, like the best, man. I could count on my hands how many times she yelled at me, but she still installed discipline and love, and she was just such a beautiful person. God bless my mom, Irene, man. I love you, Irene. Daisy. And if you ever know what this is my mom and dad. They're both passed. I've lost my parents. I'm at 41 years old. I lost both my parents in 2023. I can't believe it now. My dad died on April 30th into May 1st. I was at Consensus the last time he called me. I'm going to go to Consensus this year. It's around the same time. I actually haven't been able to go to Consensus because every time when it reminds me of the death of my father. But I'm going after my old. I'm gonna go to Consensus this year and just get over it. But I took 2 years off, man, because the memory. I was packing up in the hotel. My dad said, "Hey, make sure you didn't leave anything." Is the last real words I ever heard him say to me. Make sure you don't leave anything in the hotel room, man. Anyway. I represent my parents on the live stream in case you wanted to know what that little dove is, what that dove is over there. That's me. That's my mom and dad, man. Someone says AERO is ripping, one of my favorite coins. Are you kidding me? What's going on with AERO? Nice little pump. And we had that first pump to the first resistance, 47. Came back down, pumped again. AERO, to me, is infrastructure. I can't believe it didn't go up as much as it. I mean, we got in at 30 and it went to 230. So I gave you dang near almost an 8x. Or almost, yeah, 8 times 324. Almost an 8x there. Really, like. Well, look, it just, I don't know. It's at the bottom. Take a look at it on the 4-hour. I still hold this coin. I never sold it because the reason I had it was because of Coinbase. I believe Coinbase will become successful. They've shown that they're a successful company. They've been around for 10 years now, and maybe even more, right? For instance, I started using them in 2016 or 17. I remember opening up my first account, and Litecoin was $5. Litecoin wasn't on the platform when I started using Coinbase. It was only Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, I'd look for that to get tighter. It may just continue to rip, but I'd look for tightness if I could. But AERO looks like it's going to head to 60 cents. Bitcoin with a really nice pump, folks. Like back above 90. This is hot. And now, look, I'm back in the mix now. And now I can swing to the 5, and I can start seeing how, we need to get this 21 above the 5-minute, though, sooner than later. That's why the 3-minute is that caveat in between the 1 and the 5. Can give you some insight when you're kind of not sure what's going to happen. Switching to that 3-minute can hook you up. So, look, I mean, getting some mixed signals, right? Resistance on the 15 at a possible trend line. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this comes down. And look, just so you know, I'm always open-minded. What if that's a shoulder? That's a head, that's a right shoulder, and this whole thing just doesn't play out the way we figured it would. You can see the volatility today has just been absurd. And, you know, just up and down. We did get the model. The model played out. Above the 21, we got a pretty, you know, massive green candle. How many green candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles out of 7. And the only red one was like tiny. And that's what happens when you hit the 21. You get these massive moves. And when you cross the 200, boom. The moving averages are catalysts for behavior, for bullish pumps. And I've seen it many times in my life over and over again. Remember when we had to buy Bitcoin at ATM? Funny. Sammy, can you please explain the red and the blue on the stochastics? Thank you. Stochastics RSI. It has a red and a blue line. They're basically... Funny, Siri thought I said Siri. Siri, Google Crypto Lifer. Hey, Google, go to CryptoLifer.com. Siri, go to CryptoLifer.com. Siri, go to CryptoLifer.com. Google CryptoLifer.com. I'm making, you know, how many people's phones just Googled me? Exactly. I got you all, man. That's my new thing, man. It's a new marketing tactic. You can speak to Siri and get everyone's phone to look you up. Now you're in their browsing history. It's crazy, man. I'm good at this, man. I know how to work the tech. Nobody else does that on any live stream. You've never even seen it before because we're innovative here at the Crypto Lifer Show. And we think of things nobody else has thought of yet on a daily basis. My team is always plugging away, always dreaming. I hire nothing but the best. God only gives me the best. If you're with me, I believe you're the best. No one believed that you should actually go to bed tonight smiling if you work for me because I believe you are the best. There is no better. There is none better. Look, that's another long right there. Makes me want to double down. Because again, that's the system. You're inside of a flag, touching the 21 above the 200. You should get a pump here. You should get another pump. So now if you're later, you didn't get it when I got in. Secondary possible entry. Just Thursdays get me really sketched out, especially with this Strait of Hormuz. And I think we had unemployment that was just not the best. So it is what it is. Just want to move myself over there. There we go. Yeah. It's too far. I was too far over. Yeah. Love the channel. Love the vibes. Love the people. Keep it up, brother. Respect. Let's go, Lifers. Thank you. Joke's on you. I am using headphones. I just joined. How do I contact the team? If you join, you should get an email like explaining everything to you. But you can always email cryptolifers@gmail saying you're not sure what to do. All right. That looks like it's going to pump, folks. That's a nice little flag there on the 1 minute time frame. And I always fast during the show, and sometimes I get hunger pains, and I fight through them. That's supposed to pump, you know, and there, I mean, look at it. Look how I told you what was going to happen. I said that's going to move. I just told you it's going to move. You didn't believe me, right? I lost one trade. People think that my system don't work. Like one trade's like, It's so crazy, man. And look, now we're back up the highest we've ever been in the trade. Look how we fought through this. Stayed in the trade. That rhymes. Look at that pump, baby. That's what we're talking about. And Sammy might have done it again here, folks, with another live trade. Send it. Send it, baby. Send it. And everyone thinks they have to make thousands of dollars. You don't. When you risk thousands, you can lose thousands. When you risk smaller, you can lose smaller. Then you can let the other ones run and win bigger. Dude, send this puppy to the upside. Let's get a nice little gainer here. Look at the pump. And here we go. This sounds like a broken record, but put a 333 if you made gains on the stream again. Like, come on, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's an unsustainable pump. I would like to take profits there. To me, that's just on a Thursday. I got to take that. I got to take my money there. That's too much. Look at it go, baby. Look at it go. What I told you, it was about the moon. You did not believe me. I took profits on that pump. You got to. And we just cleared a nice 350. You do that 10 times a day. That's $350. I was only in the trade for what? 40 minutes? Put a 333 if you made gains on the live stream with the lifer, man. I did it again. I gave you exactly where to get in. I showed you how it was going to play out. I talked over strategies, and I even back tested them on bigger time frames, smaller time frames, showed you how they work on multiple things. Right? Bang, bang, bang. Thank you, Sam. You're the man. Yeah, the magician Sam Price does it again. Let's go. Sam the man, thank you, bro, for all you do. Amazing attitude, vibe, and man, I love the channel. All of you, man. We did it again, folks. Off the 21-day moving average. I'm telling you right now, that's where the algorithm finds the groove, baby. And what the cool thing is, now we can do it again. And we think it's going to happen again. We can do it on the 5-minute now. And we can just wait for this to happen on the 5-minute. I backtested this for years. All I did was this every day from 10 to 12 for thousands of days. You would think I know something about a trade or two. It's about just chipping away one step at a time, one gain at a time. I did make gains, baby. How many people made some of their first gains ever in the history of their trading career? How many people have struggled for years, but now they're here and they made a gain? Put a 444 if you're a beginner, you had trouble, you came to this channel, and all of a sudden things have changed for you. You've seen a new way to trade. You found a new version. And then you're even inspired that you can do this now. You know? You were inspired, man. This guy says the best at crypto technical analysis. No. The best at technical analysis. I don't care if it's crypto. I don't care what it is. We got you, baby. We got you. The lifers got you. What a move that was. And look, that thing looks like it may continue to moon. And now you want to start looking at the bigger time frames, right? Stochastics RSI, someone asked me about a second ago. The red and the blue line are just the bullish or the bearish momentum. Whenever you get a bearish cross and things go bearish, you're going to get the blue line to cross below the red line. Whenever you're bullish, you're going to get the blue line to cross above the red line. When you're down below the dotted line, you're getting into the oversold region where you want to start thinking about getting into a long. When you're above, you want to get into the overbought region when you want to think about getting out of the trade. You want to sell. Here's when you want to enter shorts. Here's when you want to enter longs. Here's when you want to sell longs. Here's when you want to sell shorts. Okay. You're a legend, Sam. No, you are. For coming here every day and supporting me. Your strategy was the last thing that was missing from mine. It makes perfect sense. You've made mine easier. Amen. Nothing made sense or worked for me until I found the lifer. Sam's the best in the biz. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Like, you got to blow my head up, though, man. I can't take the compliments, man. Too many compliments and my head's going to explode. That was a nice jump. How to use the 1,000 to make 350. Big leverage. Exactly. I'm using 33x leverage. Okay. For some people, it is huge. To the other people, guys that I know out there, they go harder than me. Most people are trading like 150. I don't know. They're going crazy. But yeah, I used 1,000 to make about $400, and I did it at 33x levy. And that thing wants to continue to go. And now you look at the 5-minute chart. Now this thing could continue to moon. Yeah, that's an all-time history index, right? Wow, nice pump on the 15. Really defied the fact that we would come back down to the bottom of the channel. I like this. I like this. Now, this is negated. You see, this is over. Like, you don't even have to think about that now anymore. We got, unless it comes right back down. But, wow, that's beautiful. And it was the shoulder. It was the same move we showed you yesterday or Tuesday at 5 in the afternoon, 6 in the afternoon. Very similar idea. Tim, you saw me so much for free all these years. I'm C19. I'm watching you from everything. I love you, man. From C19, I'm watching you through everything. Yeah, I love you, bro. Remember when I used to do the C19 streams? Who remembers when I actually used to cover C19 while I was on the live? I'm lucky to still be here, man. I used to, before they even started, stopping people, I was talking about it before the news even brought it up. The best at technical analysis with the 777. Thank you so much, man. I'm missing so much also. What's up with this straight? Take a look behind. Let me tell you. I just saw. I think they just. Oh my goodness. Two ships got really close and it looked like one had an American flag. Oh, no. I just saw. Yep. The Navy's taking care of it. So, we should be pumping. The U.S. Navy looks like they're in control. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am trading from the Strait of Hormuz today. Dude, one thing that caught me off guard this morning is this. Look, this is a big deal. Watcher Guru just in Tether freezes 340 million and Tether following request by law enforcement. And she said, goodbye, Metamona. God bless Metamona. She's super cool. Love you, Metamona. Hope you're watching today. I think you watch sometimes. She's in Dubai, though. I don't know her time. Crypto's nothing to do with decentralization. Quite opposite. Everything can be tracked and taken away fairly easily. 100%. Isn't this contradicting what decentralized assets can be? I mean, you can't bury it in the ground and no one knows about it, right? It's like you can't bury $1 million in the ground. It does slow centralized control. However, what if it was a hack? What if you got hacked and they were able to freeze your money and get it back for you? Right? Look, USDC, is funny, right? CBC in the background. The freeze is not necessarily a bad thing if it's used against ground, but it can be used against normal. It's true. It's true. It's true. And it was on the Tron chain, TRC20. He sued Worley in California federal court. The same Justin Sun who invested $30 million early on, the same man who called himself their biggest supporter, is now their biggest lawsuit. Here's what he's claiming. They froze all his tokens without jurisdiction, stripping his voting rights on government proposals and threatened to permanently burn his tokens, destroying them forever. And now they published a new governance proposal on April 15th that makes it worse. Any token holder does not actively accept the new terms gets their tokens locked indefinitely. Early investors face a 2-year cliff, then 2 more years of vesting. Because Sun's tokens are frozen, he can't even vote against it. He cannot vote yes, he cannot vote no. He's locked out of his own investment. Here's the part that lands hardest. Sun said he does not believe Trump would condone these actions if he knew about them. He is separating Trump from the WFI project team deliberately, legally smart, politically calculated. If WFI token is already down 83 from its peak, now its biggest early backer is suing the federal court. 74% of all tokens remain locked. Retail investors who bought early cannot access their holdings. The personal ATM comment was just words. It's a federal lawsuit. Different level entirely. And today I filed a lawsuit in California federal court against World Liberty Finance, said Justin Sun. Dude, 78,500. Are we kidding here, folks? Let's go. And the shorts just get absolutely plastered. Why? Because they don't understand how to use moving averages. They don't understand how to read an inverted head and shoulder. They don't understand how price action works. They think they do, but they only have a piece of the puzzle. There's traders out there, 6-year traders, 7-year traders. They're great, but one day they're just not going to see what's needed. All right, it's going to take some time. It took me 15 years of technical analysis to really gain an edge. I'm being honest with you. Everyone wants an edge, man. Look, think about it. You go into real estate, and a guy's been in real estate 18 years. You think you got an edge on him? He's got contacts you don't have. He's got people at the bank you don't know. He's got contractors that can do cheaper work for him because they've worked for them for years. He can redo a kitchen for way cheaper than you. He's got a guy that's done 10 kitchens for him in the last few years. Says, hey, one more kitchen. You've done 10 for me. I'll knock off. Now you've never done a kitchen. You're going to cold call. You're going to redo some space because you want to up the rents. You want to change the way it looks. Think about it, man. Anything in life, man. If you've been in longer, you got an edge, baby. And now I got my edge. I've been here so long. I gave so much of my time to one thing. See, one day I decided I'm just going to do this technical analysis thing and nothing else. I'm going to give up all my other skills, my skill to be a cameraman, my skill to be an editor. I have some of those skills, but I haven't refined them. I worked at one thing for a long period of time. Successful people leave clues. I studied successful people. You know, they worked at one thing over and over, and they did it relentless in a way where the average person would think it was to the point of insanity. You know? The point of insanity. I was a filmmaker, used to research filmmakers, and the best filmmakers, the best directors were guys that were up all night, going over the scene. Like, they just were out of their minds. Quentin Tarantino, like, the guy is out of his mind. I'm serious. You know, the most successful people are bat crazy. I didn't say it, but they're bat beep crazy, man. They're out of their minds. They are out of their minds, and I would like to be one of them. So, yes, I'm a bit off the rocker. Yes, you might look at me and be like, this guy ain't the normal. But, man, I would never want to be normal, baby. And neither should you, man. You're a crypto lifer. I love y'all. Raise the roof, baby. Raise the roof. Shout out to all my lovers of life. Shout out to all the lifers, man. Talk a big dog. Talk that talk, big dog. Yo, let's go, bro. You guys hype me up too much, man. I got to go pray and humble myself today and say, dear Lord, man, thank you for everything you've given me. MLB Central in the background with Lifer on until the Cubs game this afternoon. Okay. They all said the same thing. The Rolex promo is only for new users. If you already have an account, you're basically excluded. No. I don't think so. No. 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 I'll ask Muck, is that true? I don't think that's true. No. Where did you come up with that? Yeah. So just open up another account with a new email, dude. You know what I mean? Just make a new email on Proton and then make a new account. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, just make a second account if you're, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious. Go to Proton right now, make a new email, and then sign up. It takes a second. And then just transfer the funds into that one and then trade it, bro. A lot of people there's no problem. There's never an issue if your mind can work around it. Yeah. Yeah, so just make a new one, dude. Just make another email. Oh my gosh. He said I did, but they didn't allow me. How? How would they know it was you, dude? You're not making any sense. Send it from a different account then. Send it from a week's account. You know what I mean? Send the money off to a wallet and send the wallet back to the new account. There's no way they're going to know it's you for sure, bro. Right? Yeah. Still not making sense, Teddy Bear. I love you, man, but like... Yeah, people always... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He said open like 3 accounts. So what's the problem? They're tracking your IP or something? Then, use there's a way around it every time. Use a new computer. Use a different computer. You know what I mean? I don't know. I get it. Not everyone has, I have 4 computers in my house. I get it. Who's shorting the retrace? All right. Bro, struggling every day. You got to give so much motivation. One day or another, we're going to win. 100%, man. And this is exactly what's supposed to happen now. We need to see the 5-minute reconnect. with the 21. When that happens, we have our next trade on the table. And then you can look and see if the daily and the 4-hour are changing position. This is what happens on the smaller time frame. So I already see my next trade. I can already map it out way before it happens. This is like, you hit shift and go sideways. It's going to take almost 2 hours. That could take 2 hours. I'm 2 hours ahead of a possible position. See, people don't realize how long things take. They think things take a second. They don't. I learned so much about patience in the last few years, folks. When I really started trading heavy leverage, it's all about patience. Everything is patience in this game. And then you risk, look, we made 4, we risk 2 for the next kitty. 200 for 1,000 there. If we get in at that, I mean, that would be a great price. It's a gutsy call to buy right there. Wow, look at that bounce, though, right there off the 21 with low stochastics on the 1 hour. Look, the 21. The 21. The 21. You see this? Low stochastics. Yeah, I get in with low stochastics on the 21. People call me a pattern trader. You could call me a stochastics RSI trader. People call, I'm a fib trader. I pull my fibs. I'm a support and resistance guy. Look, that was the previous resistance. It became support. Resistance, bounce. Right there was the resistance. We used it as support. I'm a candle body trader. I buy when a green candle's next to it. I have multiple skills, friends. You can't even pigeonhole me and say I'm a this trader. Oh, then you could call me an order flow trader. Isn't he an order? He looks at the order blocks and he looks at where the money's going. Look, I see a bunch of liquidations at 80,000. That's where most of the money is right now. They're short. Yeah. And I got NordVPN. We have a discount for it in the description if you jump on in. Yep. We are Fibsman. The Fib Sniper. My man. Just got in. What's the move? We're looking for a flag here on the 5-minute time frame. We're looking for the 21 to interact with price action. And we're looking for, this is my next victim, right? This is my next idea here. And again, man, we've won a lot of live trades. There was a little bit of a, it was a little bit of a tough period. We were back and forth like 2-3 weeks ago. There was a lot of chop. But man, we've been winning a lot of live trades on the show. So shout out to anyone that's been here. That's the difference between my show. I'll give you the news, I give you the information, and I also give you a live trade, like with what's happening. We're actionable. Can we make money off of what's happening in the markets? Or are we just going to sit there and spew off information? It depends. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I could just sit here and give you news, and that's exciting in some way. I mean, I see some news that gets me going, but to me, it's not the way. It's not the way of the way, And funny, flagged for illicit activity. It's like, how do we know it's flagged for illicit activity? Like, what is illicit? You know what I mean? Who determines that? Total altcoin market still a little change during the past 2 to 3 months. Yeah. Germany recession risk jump as Iran lists energy prices. Interesting. Germany, you get a struggle there. Just gonna pull up some good news for you. And Peter Schiff went at Michael Saylor again, calling strategy a Ponzi scheme. It's interesting to me. Like, if someone was bad at math and you went to watch them say that someone said, I'm really good at math, I'm the best at math, I'm going to figure out the best math equation, and you watch the person and they fail, they can't figure out the math equation, they stumble, they're a mess, right? Would you hire them again to do a job that had something to do with math? Would you? I'm just asking. And let's ask the poll here, is strategy a Ponzi? I believe no. I believe if it's the soundest money in the world, Bitcoin will go up so much that eventually you're going to realize that it's not a Ponzi. It's actually going to be above a Ponzi. And they're going to show that everything else in the world is a Ponzi. Is strategy a Ponzi? Now, some people defy me on this and say, yes, for sure. Is strategy a Ponzi? I've never asked you guys this. I've never tried to find out what my community feels about Michael Saylor. I know he's the Bitcoin evangelist. We're all supposed to love him to the end of time, but I like to, you don't want to be blindly loving everything. He says the U.S. economy is a Ponzi scheme. That's the first thing I heard right there. Okay. 78,450 for Bitcoin, holding nicely, and you can see big liquidations up there at 80,000. What is this? This is BOOKMAP, a heat map order book. Okay, just like if you were wearing infrared goggles and you could see a human in the trees, they would be dark red, right? So the darkest red is where we're going. This tells me we're going up to 80,000 to liquidate the shorts. But again, who knows? Last night was a good short if you were in it, but the sell at the 21 was the key. I did nothing. I didn't trade. I just sat there. I was like, whatever's. I didn't give a trade to the group, right? I just was like, I'm not going to give a trade today. We nailed it. I wanted everyone to relax with their wins, man, and be happy. So look, I mean, this is, in my humble opinion, outside of the trend line. Let me get back. Actually, I'll do it here because it's cleaner. But this is outside the trend line. You have broken the trend line. People don't... I'm really good at using the trend and understanding where trend is. 78,500 Bitcoin, baby! Let's go. The right side of the trade yet again. And I'm already looking at my next trade. I already know exactly how I'm going to enter. I know exactly how I'm going to put the stop. I know exactly what I want to do. And I even got a good, and maybe, what if it just rips out of nowhere and I don't get in? It's happened. I mean, the 1 minute looks strong. Look at that. I want to see that thing continue to go sideways. Let's look at the 3 minute on Pionex there. 3 minutes that in between. I mean, the 3 minute looks great too. Again, you can even buy when the candle just closes above the 200. I just bought a few fake outs there, so I like to wait. I like to wait it out a little bit. Wow, look, and that's support and resistance. Clear as day, you know what I mean? And the 200 moving average right there on the 15-minute time frame. So let's see. I want to see a nice consolidation here. And again, it could be a downward flag. I don't care how it flags out. I just want to see the 21 kiss price with low stochastic. See? Low stochastic, 21 kissing price. Bang, bang, bang. You don't believe me, right? Let's take a look at the S&P futures, which I believe are going to pump out of their minds because they're going to continue to print money. The repo market's struggling right now. We showed you this. It's another thing that I keep showing that no other channel brings up. I scan these other guys and these other traders. They're not bringing up what's happening with the Fed right now. It's a big deal. Look, there's the 21 above the 200 on the, that's a pump. That's a pump right there. Right? And you could trade this stuff too on BTCC. You could trade the Tech 100. You could trade S&P. What is the S&P here? It's they're all like, I know we got Tech 100 here, and it probably looks like the same. It's going to be in the similar flag. Wow, we've been pumping for days on the NASDAQ, man. And I called it on my macro technical analysis video. I got guys that trade the NASDAQ every single day, and they didn't make the call I made. And I glance at it once a week because it looks the same as Bitcoin, folks. It's going to do the same thing. You know? Anyway, I'll get back to that in a second. S&P looks bullish to me. I'll move up to $7,300. Looks like it's coming $7,315. And I'll do my top down for you every single Friday. No, every single Friday I do my top down analysis for you. We'll break it down. Okay. Wow, and that ASTROID Shiba, man, that thing just went on an absolute tear. Remember someone asked me about this yesterday? I said, I don't want to look at it. Thank God. Be careful, man. I'm still really upset by, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk bad about people, but there's a certain person in the space that I actually thought was like somewhat decent, and I'm now just like, come on, man. You know, it's like, did it get rugged or something? I thought this thing went on a moon. It probably got rugged, right? Someone made massive gains on that thing. I don't know. Exactly. This guy said, John Rockefeller built infrastructure around oil industry back in the late 80s. Michael Saylor is building infrastructure around Bitcoin, both building machines around specific world assets. 100%. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. We were telling you he was a fraud. He really is too, man. Yeah. I know. I forgot the E. I knew I was doing something. See how I stared at it? My brain, because I talk so much during the stream, my brain like has like lapses of like, it's like, you know what I mean? But now it's not even coming up. Like, what is it? Oh, yeah, I got the O and the I wrong. All right, here we go. There it is. I knew it had a big market cap. I think Moon, someone turned $1,500 into $1 million. It happened again. You know what I mean? I don't know. It looks weird now. I would stay away from it. Yeah, and honestly, to lose $6 billion. Anyway, let's get back into what I was talking about with the math, right? So someone's in math, and let's get back to this idea that we're going to be in for a nice little pumpage here. I'm still in the monthly trade that still continues to do damage. In at 70,624 was my average entry price. And this thing is up 66.6%. 666, baby. I can't make it up. 66.65. Almost 66.66. But there's my monthly call, just still doing damage cheese over here. Shout out to everyone on the live. I appreciate you, love you, and super happy that you're here with me today. I never knew I would have a YouTube channel and have the influence I have, and every day I'm blessed that I do have what I have. And look at this, in it, 70,624, we're still up a beautiful 66.65%. I'm still in that trade. I have never left. Never. I've never left and I never will leave. Never. Shout out to the 1,200 beautiful souls here on the line. Let me get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. And we've been giving so much recently. Every time I have a chance to give, I do. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It just, if you have nothing nice to say about somebody, say nothing at all. I just don't want the juju. But yeah, man, to come out with a coin, tell everyone you're going to come out with it, and then to delete all your tweets about it, and then publicly hang out and still try to talk like you're part of the crypto space, to me is strange. It's a bit weird. It's like, come on, man, like get out of here. Like let us be, like leave us alone. Like let us run our let us run our honest industry. Like get out. Bad actors need to get out. They're giving it a bad name. They're doing horrible things. It's not cool, man. Like just because the law there's a lot of things the law says you can do that still aren't cool. Like you could take real advantage of a poor person on a loan. You can make a predatory loan on a poor person that is going to be really hard for them to pay off. That's legal. But is it right? No. 100% it ain't right. If I made my entire, all my money off of exploiting poor people, man, I wouldn't be happy about it. You know what I mean? Like, let's get real. Like, everyone has the level and they're going to learn and attempt to get somewhere in life. But, man. So. Yeah, he rugged me. I used to think he was a good guy and follow him since his early plays. Wow. There's just people rugging people out here, man. Send soul to they say, hey, send some soul to this address so you can get first dibs and then actually delete the project, and take all the soul that you got. Isn't that I don't know, man. That's to me, that ain't right. Anyway, moving on, but I have to address it. You already know who it is. I'm not, yeah. Like, there's hundreds of people that got rugged in here from that person, My mother was a good person. If she ever knew I did something to take advantage of another human being like that, she would go, that's just, you know what I mean? I'm sure, you love your son and all of it. It's like my mom had standards, man. If I didn't live by them, she would disown me. You know what I mean? She would not be cool with, no, man. You got to treat people with respect and love, and you got to have compassion for others. And both my parents had that. I was raised with compassion and love. I'm Irish, man. We're not known for exploiting other races. We're really not. If you look at the Irish and Google it, we're known for drinking. We're known for being a very rough type, but we're known for working real hard. Maybe cussing like a sailor a little bit, you know what I mean? But we're known for working hard, man, and we're known for putting our money where our mouth is. And I'm sure not every Irish guy's like me, but, you know, when I grew up, there was a sense of if you're Irish, you had some type of moral standpoint, you know what I mean? And you knew that there's other people in the world that were using everyone else and take advantage of them, and you were just like, I'm not going to do that. I know it's an easier way. I know I could scheme. I'm going to work hard. I like having callous hands. I like getting dirty. I don't mind putting in the dirt, you know, getting in the dirt and getting dirty, man. You know, so I'm Irish too, Sammy. We've been working harder than anybody for way less. Dude, Irish need not apply. You know what I mean? They used to have signs in New York. A lot of people that aren't Irish don't know this. Irish need not apply. You can just type this in Google. There were signs, literally, it was anti-Irish sentiment. We should have made up our own word, like you know, anti-Semitic. We should have made our own word. We should have, anti-Celtic. Anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? That's anti-Semitic, man. But we had it. We were like literally, it was called hypernophobia, a bigotry against Irish people or individuals that can include hatred, oppression, persecution against people from Ireland, right? Northern Ireland specifically could be directed at Irish immigrants and their descendants throughout the world, known as the Irish diaspora. Because we had the Great Famine, we went everywhere and they said, hey, Irish need not apply. Don't come and get a job here. Look, an Irish guy depicted as a monkey. See this? This is what they did to us, man. Look at this. No Irish need apply. Written in some. Look. I'm a simple Irish girl and I'm looking for a place. I felt the grip of poverty, but sure there is no disgrace. You know, I'm just, you know what I mean? Anyway, it is what it is, baby. No excuses is what I was taught by my father, my uncle, my grandfather. You keep pushing, boy. You don't make excuses for why you ain't where you at. You keep pushing, boy. Right? Ain't no one going to do it for you. Who makes your bed? And you make your own bed, man. My dad used to say, you made your bed, now you got to lay in it. And that's taking responsibility for your life. That's Jim Rohn. You're where you are because of you. I have a YouTube channel. Thousands of people know me around the world because I grinded every single day. If you have your own business, it's because you grinded every single day. If you got nothing and you're sitting in your apartment alone, depressed right now, it's because you haven't taken action. You've been waiting for something to happen. It's not gonna. I'm telling you right now, if you wait, you'll wait till the day you die. You gotta go. I wasn't getting the jobs I wanted. I wasn't making the money I wanted. I wasn't going the places I wanted, so I changed my directory. You're not a tree, man. You can move. Look, we sold the local top so far, right? The Irish helped the Mexican win a war. Yeah. If you do something you like, it's not work. America hated everyone. Join the club. You're funny, man. Irish girls know how to party in Croatia on Zurich Beach for spring break. You know what I mean? Yo, you're crazy. My mom told me growing up that there used to be signs in the east of London that said no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. 100%. Yeah, we know what it's like to. That's why we're like, you know what I mean? Like we understand we understand racism, man. We have a history of being treated badly, man, and we didn't treat anyone. We didn't do it bad to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Who's the best trader of truth? Forex and BTC futures in Canada. I mean, BTC futures is weeks. Yeah. I was pretty sure weeks works in Canada. You know? Anyway, let's take a look at the news here. I got some news for you real quick. Zcash shielded pools reduce this exposure by hiding public keys and transaction metadata from the ledger at the time of transaction. It removes ciphertext from the chain entirely via oblivious synchronization, leaving no sensitive data on ledger to harvest. That's good. That's good. Has a use case. Germany recession risks jump as Iran war lifts energy prices. Germany struggling. Sam Bankman-Fried withdraws motion for new trial, denies ghostwriting allegations. He has withdrawn his request for a new trial after filing a so-called Rule 33 motion in February. The disgraced former crypto mogul who's serving time in California insisted he was representing himself despite receiving help on the motion from his parents. He claimed that he was withdrawing the motion because he didn't believe the U.S. District Judge Louis Kaplan will give him a fair hearing. The disgraced founder of the collapsed crypto exchange has withdrawn his request for a new trial while trying to distance his parents from recent legal efforts. They gave all the money to the Bidens, man. They were in there like swimwear. For all you know, they're connected to Epstein, and you never know, man, right? And this guy, right? This shady guy. This guy. And Tether freezes $344 million. I wanted to get a little more information on it. What illicit funds? Who were the illicit funds about? Is that even disclosed? So they froze more with 2 Tron addresses Thursday in coordination with U.S. authorities, making one of the stablecoin issuer's largest compliance actions on record. It did not make the network of frozen funds blockchain security firm. It did not name the network of the frozen funds. A security firm found it was on Tron. And it found the addresses holding 213 and 131 respectively. Decrypt asked if Tether can confirm the address identified at Tron, but did not yet. The free section followed information allegedly linked to sanctions evasion, criminal networks, or other illicit activity. The stablecoin issuer compliance team worked with the Office of Foreign Asset Control and U.S. law enforcement agencies to implement the U.S. Tether wallet restrictions. It's not a safe haven for illicit activity, Tether CEO Paulo Adriano said. When credible links to sanctioned entities or criminal networks are identified, we act immediately and decisively. Recent events have shown what happens when platforms fail to move quickly, enforcement breaks down, and users are exposed and trust erodes. Our approach is different, he continued. We combine blockchain transparency with real-time monitoring, direct coordination with law enforcement. The free underscore Tether expanding compliance infrastructure, which now encompasses partnerships with more than 340 law enforcement agencies across 65 countries. The stablecoin issuer said it has supported over 2,300 cases globally and frozen more than $4.4 billion, and overall including 2.1 tied specifically to U.S. authorities. Thursday action follows a pattern of large-scale Tether freezes coordinated with U.S. authorities in November. A company froze about $225 million linked to a Southeast human trafficking and pig butchering scam investigation. Just don't break the law, man. Do the right thing. You can live a good life without being grimy. I don't know why people have to pull off schemes. Sometimes it's harder to do the wrong thing than the right thing. I see people that go out of their way. I'm like, dang, man. Like, it's crazy, right? Irish people in the country signs are lovely, though. Very friendly. Oh, they're the best, man. Down in Cork, in southern Cork, there. Let's take a look at Zcash and see what's happening to Zcash. About to say, I'm like, why am I not seeing it where I would like to see it there? Looking for Zcash to get a bit of a bounce here. Played games with Bitcoin last night because they're very attached when Bitcoin, but you can see if Bitcoin goes on the tear, Zcash will follow. And it tells me it could go all the way back up to $400 a coin, right? And it's actually breaking out here on the 1 hour time frame. The 4 hour, it's above the 200 on the 21, telling me it's a good pump. Stop loss below the 200, good chance you win that trade, right? I looked at MOVR. It's okay. You're spamming now, so I'm going to ask you to pause. I'm going to put you on pause for 30 minutes. Yeah. That's spamming. 1 time is enough. 5 times is not cool. Yeah. I'm just not going to put up with it. Okay? Just not. That's it. Not dealing with it. Not going to happen. Not going to do it. Paper towel bad, blower good. Paper towel bad, blower good. Funny, right? So here we are, folks. We got support or resistance on the daily. We wicked right to support. People bought it up. 76,984. Showed signs of support on the daily time frame. Stochastic still could point to the upside. Everything looking interesting. And this is still an uptrending. This is still a rising wedge that could break out parabolically right here. I get it. There's some bear div, but man, Bitcoin's strong right now. 78,250 for BTC. And see, we just keep monitoring. This bounces. I told you it's going to take 2 hours till my next trade. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm honed in, man. I'm honed in. The headphones take me back, man. They're funny. Yeah, these Dre Beats. My dad gave me these. I had them just sitting for a long time. My dad gave these to me. I had them sitting in a back thing, and then I don't know, one day I just popped them on. It was sounding really tinny with the little ones that I was using. It wasn't the move. Now this is aggressive. I could enter the trade right now very aggressively. It would be an aggressive entry. All right. We go to 80,000, 1.6. BOOKMAP says we can. It's got it right there. Look, and it's getting redder and redder. I mean, more people are jumping into shorts here, unable to read the market clearly. Just like last time, they couldn't if I didn't win my long yesterday, it's because everybody was short. And they got liquidated, right? And today I would risk, like, you know, I'd risk what I made today because it's maybe go a little smaller. 261 for 9 or 326 for 965. Beautiful. I'm going to take this trade here and now. Say, Sam, the 21 didn't touch yet. I know I'm being a little aggressive on the entry, but the bigger time frames look pretty good to me. And that might be one of the cheaper prices. It might go up and down, and then I get a little higher on the price. So I'm being aggressive on this. I'm being aggressive on the entry, but I like what I'm starting to see here. And again, I'm planning the next move yet again. Hey, I'm seeing the chart before it happens, right? How? I've been doing it for so long. And again, will that happen for sure? No. There's no guarantees. I'm just doing what I does. Look at that. That's beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if that just absolutely goes berserk right now. I'm hitting Y instead. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Apple T, LT. That thing could just go on a boom. Boom shakalaka. Remember Crypto Love? Boom shakalaka. Crypto Love's still making videos, right? I haven't looked at, I got to get him back on the channel. We should do a collab again. He's the first YouTuber to put me on, man. Crypto Love, baby. Still making videos, bro. Look at that. Still to this day. 3 days ago, 10 days ago, every once in a while, does he go live every day? 5 years. He hasn't been live in 5 years. Dude, look, that's him and BitBoy. Hold on, I got, this is crazy. Look, it's BitBoy. Before he got cool, when he was like, you know. Anyway, man. Ian, Belina. Oh, wow, the OGs are in here, man. We got Forrest, which I've been live with before. I never hung out with this guy. I've seen him at a conference, I think. This is my buddy. This is Ian Belina from Token Metrics. That's my dude who used to work, I think, he used to work at like Goldman Sachs or something. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Wow, that's an OG panel right there. Shows you how much the game has changed. This is 5 years ago, man. Wow, it's crazy when you think about it, man. What happened over time, like just so much has changed, right? I'm still here. So many people have come and gone in the space. I'm still here. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Haven't seen him in a long time. Now, Crypto Love was the first guy I ever watched. He put me under Cardano 2 cents, man. You know what I mean? He taught me a lot about cryptocurrency. He was fun. He was interesting. I was able to learn from him. He got into Matic. He 100x Matic. He changed his life. That guy made a lot of money, too. And he's like a crypto nomad. He lives all around the world, and he's figured out some cool stuff. Crypto Love didn't do that. Why would you say that? No, that's crazy. No, but they're saying David Wilcock took himself out. I used to watch that guy, man. You guys know who David Wilcock is? He used to talk about aliens and just the world, and this guy was amazing, man. They took him out. Something happened. He had a big YouTube channel. Funny, look at this pathway to peace. Like wow, he had making content very recently. He taught me all about crop circles. See, this is when I first started watching him, crop circles. And he would teach me so much, man. And, you know, of course, not everything he said was 100%. It's like, look, his final call, 24 hours deep, you know, as a friend reveals the last call with the UFO researcher. It's crazy, man. And he even said, like, I'm not suicidal. He used to say that stuff, but yeah, dead at 53 years old, man. And our missing scientists connected. Like, why are all these missing scientists? You've been seeing missing scientists have been disappearing? Anyway, I probably shouldn't even say it. It's like creepy, but there we go, folks. This is gonna, and this could get, it may not take that long. It may take an hour. It may even take 40 minutes. But so far, that's starting to go. Look, this is already, you know, up. Thought it had printed more than that, like 30 bucks. Superchat SEI. Let's take a look at SEI. And let me take a look at the fan funding and the people that have given to the channel today. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Let's go to fan funding. Appreciate everything you do, Lifer. Can you take a look at Zcash? Got listed on Robinhood today. The best at... we already looked at it. Thank you. Yeah. The best at... Thank you. Can we look at SEI? Much love. We'll take a look at SEI. So, wow. I mean, it was bottomed out. It got above the 200 moving average. Got the pump. Now it looks like it's flagging. If Bitcoin goes on a tear here, folks, this is likely going to turn into a bull flag off the 21. Again, you see everything I trade is the same way. You get to a stock market. You know, look, people say, no, look, Euro, USD, right? So look, today, if you wanted to trade Forex, you would have waited for price action to get above the 200. You would have waited for a flag. You would have waited for the 21 to touch. You would have got in and made a nice trade. You would have waited for the shoulder, the head or right shoulder. See this stuff? It works, man. Here it is again, one of the greatest trades ever. That was one of the best entries ever. Bang! To the upside. You sell when you get away for the 21. You sell when the stochastics get high. You buy when the stokes are low. It's simple, folks. You could do this on anything. You could do this on anything. You could trade my system on any Forex, corn, oil, you name it. It does not matter. Let's take a look at that 4-hour inverted head and shoulder that we talked about. And I mean, that did play out. It went to the 200 moving average exactly as it said it would. So crazy, right? I had it drawn like this. It was messy, but I said, look for this to head up to the 200 moving average. And oil did exactly that. Like, I pump up to the 200. That's what Bitcoin's in right now. It's in that up to the 200 move. Eventually, your mind just starts filling in the blanks in a way that, and it also depends on your mind, right? Like, if my mind is, I guess, poised for this type of behavior, and I'm sure not everyone can see it as clearly. I just want to help as many people as I can. Well, look, I have the oil trade here, and I gave this trade to everyone, and I was actually in it. I should never have left it. The inverted head and shoulder right here, and it said it was going to go up to the 200. It went exactly to the target. I got in here. Then when it came back down, they scared me out of the trade. Could have just stayed with my stop there. It had conviction. So even I have to learn sometimes that I don't trade oil enough, but man, I gave this trade live too. And look, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Even with Bitcoin pumping too, Bitcoin and oil both pumped. And I said we might get a pump for Bitcoin and oil. It just might happen. And it did. It's pretty weird. So far, so good. I'll keep you updated on what's happening here inside this flag of the 5-minute time frame for Bitcoin. I'll post this to the group, and then we'll pick up from where this left off throughout the day of the trading day. Then we'll have our live stream tonight together. And, you know, shout out to anyone that made a gain today on the live stream. We did it, man. It didn't have to be huge, but we did it. We were able to get in and get out. You know, 95% of the world has a hard time doing that. They can't sell. They can't make entries. Or when they make a great entry, they can't seem to take the money. Or they fumble the bag entering 3 times, and then they get in and out 3 times. They just can't seem to... We see it. All the masses get liquidated. All the money goes down the tube. So we know that 90% of these people can't trade. They can't figure out a way to see the market. You know? So that's why I'm here every single day to show you. And there's tips. I'm using tips and tricks and tools. I'm using BOOKMAP. It's teaching me where liquidity is, folks. Like, look at this. You see candlesticks. Check what the candlesticks are hiding. We see liquidity. Understand? Like, I see more than you see. You know, but beginners are just looking at this. They don't know where the stop losses are. They don't know that I can see your stop loss. You see it? They think they're being hidden, but I can, you know, you're getting, we're going to take you out. So this says we're coming up to 80,000 and we're going to take it out. And we hit 80K, it's going to be a break above 78, and a weekly close above 78 is a weekly close above resistance. And that, my friends, is going to be the beginning of what could be a massive, massive rally. Yeah. I still believe this is a good idea because if it breaks back inside this trend line, then it negates the fact that it broke out. So you could put your stop like below that one. I see this as a trade right there on the 12-hour. Take a picture of this, please. I will. And if you don't know the time, just go to the right. You can see it goes all the way. 85 is the target. 77.1 is basically an entry. And we're back at 78.350. Headed back to that 78.5. And again, it's about having a simple idea of how to read the chart so it doesn't get so complicated. You can, you will, you are the best. You could do this, folks. Okay. Anyway, I got to run. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. It was another amazing, awesome live stream. I told you it was going to go by like this. It went by fast again. I don't know how we do it every single day, but we do. Another beautiful day today on the live. God bless everyone that gave during the live stream. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. Thank you for always being here and supporting me. It means a lot to me. It really does. I don't know where I'd be without this beautiful channel, without each and every one of you. So I just want to say a moment of gratitude for everything in my life. Dear Lord, thank you for all. God, thank you for everything you've given me. The ability to shine, the ability to love others because my mother loved me so much. Thank you for the love you gave me through my parents. Thank you for all my senses, the ability to taste, touch, see, feel. And thank you for just all the beautiful, to be with my children and to watch them learn and grow is such a beautiful experience. This life is fully amazing. It never stops. It's always running. It's like you want to slow it down and you can't. But man, what a beautiful life it is. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for being here. 78,450 for Bitcoin. We're green in that second trade. I'll keep you guys posted throughout the trading group. Go to cryptolifer.com if you want to find out more. Go to Bitcoin Vegas, folks. Last thing I forgot, Bitcoin Las Vegas, man. I'd love to see you guys there. I'm going to be there in just a few days. Don't you want to hang out with the lifer, man? Don't you want to see the McLaren? We're going to have a blast, bro. Price increases in a day and 14 hours. Use the code LIFER to get a beautiful discount. I'll see you guys there. God bless you all. Go to cryptolifer.com if you want to join the group right now. You got so much and you're like, well, I want to stay with this guy all day. You can continue the journey right now. Go to cryptolifer.com. I'll see you there. You'll learn all these tips, tricks, and strategies and the things that I'm doing live in front of you every single day. Everyone, thank you so much.